in the YouTube land. My name's Josh Collins. I'm doing a series of videos over various biblical and Christian things. The thing I want to talk about today is witnessing to the lost. Now, there's a lot of ways that people attempt to do this, but I take my cues from Jesus himself. He had a way of being able to end up being with people who aren't really obeying God and kind of living their lives in just apparent sinful ways. Jesus was accused of hanging out with sinners. Well, a lot of Christianity today kind of does not know how to relate to sinners. Most people end up simply going around talking about how sinful people are, maybe invite somebody to church, maybe stick a tract in their hand, the Romans Road or whatever. And those things, although God may use them for people to start looking at the gospel, a lot of that is very weak witnessing, very weak evangelism. Now, I'm not advocating a type of evangelism where you're just friendly to everybody and then you hope that somebody asks a question one day. That's not what I advocate. What I advocate is getting with sinners, being in the presence of non-Christians, and being friendly toward them. Even have a party in your house. And simply learn to talk to people. Learn to have conversations with people. And then you get into details of the gospel. I've had some encounters recently that I am amazed that what I did, I believe I was modeling much more in line with what I see Jesus did. Jesus interacted with people. In fact, if anything, he interacted, he spoke hardly a word against all the apparently sinful people in his day. But he spoke harsh, unrelenting words against the religious. He knew how to gather crowds around him. He knew how to be in with a bunch of sinners. Yeah, they were in rebellion against God, but they weren't prideful like the religious people were. In our day, I don't see it much differently. I see it as a similar situation. I live in the town of Union City, Tennessee. I'm in the heart of the Bible Belt. And the way that most people interact with those who are sinful, they aren't going to go to church. is lacking in the true compassion of Jesus. You know, it might not hurt to share a beer with somebody or a glass of wine. Jesus was accused of being a glutton and a drunkard. If we can take a hint from Jesus, we don't, there's a way that we do not have to go too far and be influenced by people who are sinful and everything, but we can be around them in such a way that we relate to them. We can convey the message of the gospel to them. We can ask them to go to church with us. But it's not simply putting out tracts. It's relating to them. One-on-one. Have parties, whatever. You know, I would rather somebody... Now, some people might say you shouldn't go to a bar to reach out to sinners or something. If I was going to err, let's err on the other side of the thing. Because we too many times err on, well, we don't want to go to a bar. You could make an argument that you shouldn't go to a bar. Okay, fine. Maybe. But I would rather somebody be going to a bar and relating to people and talking to people and say, "Hey man, go to church with me." Oh yeah, you got how many girlfriends living with you? That's interesting. And just has delightful. Yeah, you talk about their sin. But that doesn't mean you have to be harsh, and you shouldn't be harsh. You can have a gentle demeanor and learn to find opportunities to talk to people and relate to people and be their friend. If there are to be more Christians, we gotta get out of our shells and start relating to people and talking to people and being friends with people. Yeah, we speak the truth. You don't hide the truth. We don't hide it, but we put it out in such a way that people are saying of us, man, we haven't had Christians be this way with us. We need to make sure that we're relating to people in such a way that people are saying those sorts of things of us. Wow, we didn't know Christians were so friendly. Y'all are Christians that deals really well with people. Another thing. The reason why Jesus could relate to sinners in such a way is because he saves sinners. And they don't save themselves. Yeah, I know I'm hinting at Calvinism. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Real Calvinism knows how to do everything that I just said. Now, you may be watching this and saying, I'm not Calvinist. I said, well, the problem with those that believe in free will they're more like those self-righteous Pharisees. See, real Calvinism